Hello and welcome to this very quick video on this radio here. This is the RadioKing TX18S. Now I saw this listed and it is a very cheap price and got one in to have a look because it was a little bit confusing looking at the images. Some parts of this, in fact the majority of it, looks like a jumper radio, but there are touches on here like the navigation buttons that are Radio Master. And the name of it, RadioKing, made me think, is it something to do with Radio Master? Let me get it in and have a look. Now, contacting Radio Master, because while it was shipping, I thought, oh, maybe they've decided to go and develop a budget line of radios. So I got in touch with Radio Master, and Radio Master came back and says, no, it's not one of ours, we don't make it. So when I've got it here, I popped the back off and had a look inside, and inside the internals are jumper internals. It actually looks like it is a Jumper T18 Lite. If you remember when I did the review of the T18 series from Jumper, there were three models. The baby one, the Lite, was the one that didn't have all the R9M gubbins in it, and this appears to be the same internals, but the outer shell has changed. So there are things on here that I would expect to see if it was a Radio Master radio, which should have been the clue, I guess. There's no UARTs at the bottom, there's no separate USB port, the SD card is internal and external, it's the smaller battery bay, it's 3-button navigation, not 4-button navigation. But the thing that really confused me was the fact that there are the, I think some people call them chicken feet, navigation buttons at the top now, whereas the original T18 Lite had round navigation buttons and everything else looks the same. Now, is the radio a bad radio? No, it's not. It's quite a good radio for the money. It's a colour screen, it has Hall effect gimbals. They're not great Hall effect gimbals, but they're Hall effect, most things are these days, and it has the multi-protocol module inside. The thing that I'm confused about is if this is essentially a cheap version of the Jumper T18, why go to the trouble of giving it a name of the TX18S and make the logo and the brand name of the radio look like your competitor's product? Racking my brains, I can only think of a couple of reasons why a manufacturer would create a version of their product that called back memories of a competitor's product. It's like Ford making a car and calling it Dodge rather than Dodge and trying to think that that's going to fool anybody. Radios are an investment, just like things like battery chargers and FPV goggles. You're going to have them for a long time. If you only have the money to buy this radio, then it's not a bad radio. But my issue with this, and I keep coming back to it, is why would somebody create a radio with a different logo and a different brand that evokes their primary competitor's radio when it's actually a budget version of one that's already out there? I guess that's the question. Answers on a postcard. Thank you for watching my video and watching right to the very end. If you want to find out what I'm currently working on, you can follow me on social media by searching for Painless360 in the usual places. If you'd like to become part of the inner circle, then you can become a Patreon. Details are in the description and you get lots of additional benefits. Check out the playlist section on the channel too. I organise all of my videos into playlists and it's called something like Introduction to or for Beginners. All of the content is aimed so that you can start at the very beginning and it teaches you that subject, starting with simple principles and moving up to teach you everything you need to know.